Welcome back to the Phillippe podcast. We are on episode 3.
That is right. And since the last episode, we have some really exciting news. Santana was able to clutch up her first deal.
Yeah.
And we figured, as you know, this podcast is pretty early, we can probably just go right into it and just talk about the details of your first deal.
Yeah, so I was able to help a client secure a entire house lease with a basement apartment. We were searching probably since the beginning when I first got into real estate, so 3 weeks kind of here and there, until the perfect property came on the market, and we just all knew, like, this is the house that they need to move into. So we went and saw it, and immediately it was like, yep, we love it. It's perfect. So we ended up submitting an offer.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was that? So this is a lease, right?
Yeah.
From the time you submitted the offer to the time that it got accepted, talk us through those emotions with clients. I know particularly with leases, emotions are all over the place. Timing can sometimes be spotty.
Yeah.
Communication can be spotty. So talk us through that.
So it just happens that the first deal I do, the agent that is the listing agent is on, I don't know if he was on vacation or if he was just away, but dealing with that from my side was definitely tough because I know my clients were super eager to know an answer, and it was like days of waiting, not even just like waiting to like hear back on different terms. It was just waiting to even just hear back, which was super, it just felt like the longest days ever, I'm sure, for my clients, which is something that I didn't really expect with like deals. Like for me, I'm like right on top of things. Like as soon as I get a text message, like I'm like answering, and I've always been like that in all my careers. So to have somebody who wasn't like that, I'm like, oh, what is going on?
Yeah, it's tough. And then, it's a bit of a balancing act because your clients are pressuring you, like, hey, what's going on? Right? Like, it's a pretty big deal to move houses. So,
as anyone would. Like, I would do the same thing if I was waiting to hear back if I'm moving my entire family in a month. Like, because it's pretty quick turnaround. So you do need to know. Like, am I going to start packing? Are we back on the search? New listings are popping up in the days that we're waiting. Do we want to go see other houses, but we're sold on this one? But what if we don't get this one?
Yeah.
It's like so many emotions, flying in the air, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you put the offer in on what, maybe like a Friday?
Yes.
Put it on Friday.
Yeah.
Takes a couple of days. There ends up being 3 other offers that come in.
Yeah.
What do you think was the difference, apart from your clients having a fairly good profile, and credit and income and all that, all those factors? What did you do differently from maybe the other agents that you think got you the deal?
Yeah, I think we added a letter from my clients to the landlord directly, writing them to let them know a little bit about their family, and why this home is so important to them and how they'll treat it as if it was their own. And we just made it really personable, and I think that was the difference, because when you're coming to a lease, it's not really based off of price, because what they're listing it at is usually what it's going to get leased for.
Yeah.
So, some offers might have been a little bit more, a little bit less, but I think it mainly comes down to how good of clients they are in their profile, which was amazing, but also those small personal touches, because when the landlord's looking at these pieces of paper, all they're seeing is basic information.
Yeah.
What their job might be, or how much they're making, but they're not knowing the story behind it. And like for my clients, their son's school was right across the road, and like that was a really big thing for them. So being able to like tell the landlord that, I think, was a really great thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Letter's huge. I think one thing that Santana did that a colleague of mine, Julian Spagnolo, gave me was when we submitted the lease, the offer to lease, we did in the email body, we gave a quick summary of the tenants, our clients, credit scores, monthly income, you know, all the members that are living in the house, just like a little snapshot. And I think especially when you're competing against other offers, what this does, it makes it so much easier to digest the information as the landlord. Mm-hmm. And when you can understand the application, you're much more prone to accept the application. Mm-hmm. When you know, where it's not like I'm searching through the rental application, the Form 410, I'm trying to, put it all together, and then like, okay, so who's living there? I gotta look for pets, right? Having it all in that email body there.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah. I think we just had all the documents that we needed ready to go, clearly stated out in the body exactly what we were offering and who they were, adding the letter, adding a photo, and just staying in contact with the listing agent and just making it known, like, my clients really do care about this home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So congratulations, Santana. First deal in the books. First of many.
Yeah. I honestly really enjoy working with, renters.
Yeah?
Like, I really do. Yeah, I have a couple other renters, like, on the go, and I really enjoy the search and, like, finding exactly what suits each person. And when I'm searching the market, I really get to know my renters and, like, their must-haves and what they don't want, and I really do try and stay true to that. And yeah, it's a really fun experience. I don't know if you've had that same, like, it's like joy all around. It's not as much stressful as buying a home.
Yeah, it's a very different, when you're helping someone find a rental, very different process. And I would say when you're buying a home, one of the differences is when you get approved, when your rental application gets approved, they're not just accepting the terms and the price like they would for a purchase, but they're accepting you as a person. Mm-hmm. They're accepting your job. They're accepting your family. They're accepting your credit score. They're accepting you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think people who are tenants who apply once they get accepted, they feel that, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're accepted from the landlord more so than just like a paper, more so than just the price and maybe like the conditions, closing dates, things like that. So in a weird way, sometimes, there is more, it's more of a meaningful acceptance than
for sure
purchasing.
Yeah.
Stressful though.
Stressful for sure.
Yeah.
I think though, when you work with a realtor, when you're looking to lease, it's a little bit less stressful, because when you're looking on like Facebook Market or Kijiji or whatever it might be, you have no idea who your landlord's going to be and like what they care about. And like, I find when you're working with a realtor and you have a landlord who's working with a realtor, they truly care about doing things right. They follow the rules. They know their rights and your rights. And I think all along the terms are just so much easier for both parties. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, the fact that a landlord would put their property on the market, like MLS, Realtor.ca, and decide to give a month's worth of commission to both realtors, it shows that they want quality people renting their spaces, mm-hmm. right? Not to say that landlords don't on Marketplace, but anytime that you're hiring one or two real estate professionals to qualify their tenants, it shows that you care, right? Mm-hmm. And in my experience, like the landlords, care a lot, sometimes too much. Sometimes they're too picky. Mm-hmm. And in those instances, like I can't imagine just being self-represented, mm-hmm. trying to prove your case.
Yeah.
Because we fight. I mean, we fight for our tenant clients.
Yeah.
Just, for me in the past, it's like multiple times we've been flat out denied by the landlord. And, my clients would love the property. So we just go to war for them. And okay, how much money can we give up front? Okay, can we extend the term of the lease? Okay, we'll remove any clauses or conditions that might satisfy the landlord a little bit. Like, we tweak it up. Okay, let's get a cosign. Let's do this. So we've been in those instances as well, where like, as the tenant's realtor, like, we have to just go to battle for them.
Yeah, and I find it's like a lot less personal. No, the landlord and the tenants, they don't get their feelings hurt because the realtors are doing it all back and forth.
Yeah.
So what we might say to the other realtor, we're going for, like, to bat for you, but maybe they'll rely it to their client a little bit in better terms. And same thing. And, maybe you're having a relaxing night at home, just waiting for the answer, and we're like in war, and we let you know the good things or things that we have to maybe improve or get more information on. But yeah, I feel like if you're working like tenant landlord right here, like, you say the wrong answer even in negotiations, and they might just not like you.
Yeah, it's true.
It gets a little bit more personal.
Yeah, like, I know we're talking about landlord and tenant deals right now, but even purchaser and seller, between the both of them, having a buffer as real estate agents is a complete necessity. Like, I've done enough deals now. We've done enough deals now. You've been a part of enough now that it gets very heated at times. And I constantly think about, man, like, if this seller and this buyer were to interact with each other without me and the other agent, they would rip their heads off. Like, it would be, the deal would fall on its face.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean,
yeah, and you would start using it just gets so much more personal.
Yeah, so we end up like, and everyone wants the best deal, right? So it's not like that's going away.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't know, like, really, like, buying a house, moving into a new house, searching for a house is a very emotional process. Having a good realtor that's able to kind of bring the emotions down, be more logical based.
Yeah.
It's
very important in the process.
Yeah.
And like, me just getting out of school, like, we do so much schooling and so much education, and even now, like, ongoing education, like, we are trained to do this. That's what our job is to do. So we have a lot of knowledge when it comes to that.
Yeah.
To, what are proper negotiation skills? What are certain things that you can ask for, which maybe some things they're a little bit easier to just not ask for and do it yourself, if it's going to cost you a deal, right?
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, big congrats to Mrs. Santana. First of many too. I mean, we, on this podcast, I had the idea that we'd keep it real and just bring you along the process, because, it's a lease deal today. 5 years from now, it could be celebrating your 40th deal in an annual period, right?
Hopefully.
Like, that's what we're working hard towards, those goals. So having you along with us through the journey to the top, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, just being real, being honest, and just taking you along for the journey.
Yeah. And on a real note, we don't get a ton of views on this on these videos right now, but if you are watching this video right now, give us a comment in the comments below, and let us know what type of topics you'd want us to discuss next time.
Yeah, because
we're looking for some
ideas. There might be a couple comments, so your topic might get picked.
Your comment will almost 100% get picked.
Yeah, definitely.
We can kind of discuss it. So yeah.
Oh, and subscribe.
And hit the subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah. It's what do we got? Like 2 subscribers?
2 subscribers, and one of them's me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dang. I gotta start calling my family and saying, hey man, run it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, leave us a comment, maybe a like, definitely a subscribe.
Definitely subscribe.
We're gonna come next week with a really fun topic for first-time home buyers.
Yes.
So if you are interested in getting into the market, definitely watch out for that video, because we're gonna give you all of the details.
All the details. Very detail based. All right, gang. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share, Catch you in the next video.
Bye.